What it do, YouTube? Back again with another video. You can see a little change of scenery. Get my haircut a little bit longer, but hey, we got some big portfolio news. Let's get straight into it. So some of you guys may be wondering where I've been, what I've been doing. If you guys are in the Discord, you guys already know I'm in there every single day, Monday through Friday. Actually Saturday and Sunday more like it. But like I mentioned, I just don't really see the need for me to make, weekly videos, weekly content on my channel, because I think I already made enough content that's, really beneficial to you guys. And I'm posting articles on the website. And especially since obviously, YouTube's a slow grind. I know how it goes. I'm obviously getting 400, 500 views from making $0, and editing these videos is really time consuming. So I'd rather just put my time and efforts where the actual money can be made. I don't mind helping you guys out, but I just gotta, be efficient with my time and where I put my time. But obviously things have been going well in the portfolio, as we'll get into in just a second. Things are doing good for me. Hope you guys are doing all well, but without further ado, it's straight to N1 Finance. So shout out to this guy on Twitter for asking for the portfolio update. He has just in time, because now as you guys can see, we reached the great $200,000 mark. If you guys can see right here, 196 plus 4,216 buying power, 1 plus 1 carry the 2. That brings us to about 200,560-ish. So great milestone for me. It's been a, really fast. Time's been flying by here the past, ever since I moved to Nashville, time's just been flying by, making money each and every day. Can't really complain out here. But yeah, I guess the rumors are true. Once you pass the first $100,000 mark, it only gets faster than there. So if you guys are looking at this chart right here, this is the all-time chart from when I opened this N1 account. I started this account on September 7th, 2021 with $0. I made a big deposit of $38,000. It was a real slow grind to get here to $100,000 the first one, which again was almost a year ago, which is pretty remarkable. Where was it? June 13th was when I hit $100,000 officially invested in the stock market. So it's been almost about 370 days. So just 1 year has gone by and I've already reached the $200,000 mark. Obviously, once I invest this remaining $4,000, it'll be a big, nice whole round number. But hey, just for all intents and purposes, I'm just trying to get this video made because I've been gone for a little bit, but it's all here for you guys. So it really just goes to show that hard work, time in the market beats timing the market. I'll show you guys. Still investing every single day. People are like, wow, the market is all-time highs. Yep. I'm still investing each and every month, each and every week. I'm still putting money in the market, even though the market's at all-time highs. I stand in my business, what can I say? But not everybody can do it like me. Yeah, so overall, nothing's really changed. I've rebalanced a few things, sold some of my AMD stock, which I'll get into. But overall, all the holdings are exactly the same. I sold some ETFs, I'll get into that as well. But overall, everything's exactly the same. I've added to some names like ARM. Again, I'll get into that. But as you guys can see, NVDA is still my largest holding. On the year alone, it's up 158%. I'm up $20,000 alone on NVIDIA. Microsoft up 20%, ETFs I'm up 14%. They're my tech favorites. Kind of holding me back this year, not gonna lie. Tesla's not really doing too much, and some of the other names in there kind of holding me back. Yeah, but overall year-to-date performance up about $38,000 in this account. So doing pretty well. The compound effects are starting to multiply. So every 1% day. I remember back when these 1% days in the market used to be like $190. Now every day I log in my portfolio, the market's up 2-3%. That's almost like $4,000 for me. So it feels really good, watching your hard work pay off and watching the market do what the market does and go up over time. Again, I'll get into it at the end of the video, some tips for you guys who are trying to build your account. Stop doom scrolling on Twitter, watching all these people say the market's gonna crash, everything this and that. If the market does crash, hey, great. I'll keep buying more and then my portfolio will return 10x. So if you guys missed out in 2022 and the market was down nearly 40%, you're out of luck, but hey, you'll get the next bull cycle, all right? Maybe. And just a few more things I'll get into before I go any further. Again, market gain on this account alone is up nearly 71%. Again, I made this account in September 2021. So in less than 3 years, this portfolio has returned 71%. A market gain of about $60,000. It's kind of weird because I've sold a few stocks like AMD and NVIDIA. So the market gain and net cash flows kind of reflect differently. But again, I'll get into the holdings here. You guys can see all the gains here. Tesla, unfortunately, the only red stock in my portfolio, but obviously NVIDIA is the largest unrealized gain here, up about 733% on my NVIDIA stock. Again, flashback here. I try to tell everybody, I think the upside potential for semiconductors and everything NVIDIA is doing with the data centers and AI, pretty limitless. But for the long term, 10, 15, 20 plus years, I believe you'll see NVIDIA above 350 in the next decade. So that's why I continue to buy it. I tried to tell you guys I was really confident in NVIDIA. NVIDIA's been my largest holding in my portfolio since the inception of this account. It continues to be the largest holding. I was contemplating selling NVIDIA stock because it was getting so overweight, but I really just can't hold myself to sell this stock. I don't want to pay taxes on these gains, and the growth story for NVIDIA has been pretty remarkable. So it's really giving me no reason to sell or even considering selling. Again, I'll speed through all these parts. You guys have seen it, but just some updates on what's been going on in this portfolio. In the last update, I had 2 other names in here. I had, I think, VDC, Consumer Staples, and I had I had some random international fund in this portfolio here. But it just wasn't really growing. Again, I like my investments to make money, but when you've been red in my account for 3 years, I just like to take the loss. Well, I guess it wasn't really a loss, it was more just flat. But the opportunity cost, I just figured technology is growing at a pretty rapid rate right now. So why have my money in these international funds when I can just put the money in the QQQ and VTI and get like a almost guaranteed 8 to 10% return on my money, as opposed to just watching my money sit flat for nearly 3 years. So that's one thing I did in this account, or in this slice rather. I sold those 2 ETFs and just put them back in the QQQ and VTI. But other than that, same old, same old. And then we'll get into the tech faves here. Again, this has been pretty much the staple of my portfolio outside of NVIDIA and Microsoft. These are like all my favorite individual stocks, stocks I'm pretty comfortable owning, blue chip stocks that continue to perform year over year and quarter over quarter. The only stock that is red for me, unfortunately, like I mentioned, is Tesla, down about 12%. I think this is all time. Yeah, 12% all time. I think my cost basis on Tesla is around like 197, 196-ish. So it's still a little bit off that. But other than that, really nothing has changed in the account. I will say though, the only thing I've updated is kind of the weightings I was going for. So previously in the last update, I had about 20% going towards Tesla in this slice and 20% going towards AMD. But because the underperformance in AMD, and personally, I think NVIDIA is the winner in the semiconductor space and how they're growing with the data centers. So instead of selling my NVIDIA stock, I decided to sell 50% of my AMD stock, which I was up 100% on. So that means if I'm up 100% on stock and I sell half my position, the remaining position is pretty much just all profits. So you can't really go wrong here. Now I have about 50 shares left on AMD, and all of it's just my profits from the previous time I invested into it. So makes me a bit more comfortable holding AMD because it's not just unrealized gains sitting there. It's all profits I was able to lock in. Again, the stock went up about 100% from my purchase price around $80, sitting around 160 currently. So, do math, about 100% return in 3 years. I'll take it. Got to lock some profits in. And someone left a comment on my previous video. They said, oh man, you shouldn't have sold your NVIDIA stock. But again, when a stock goes up 700%, 800%, wherever it is, you have to start thinking about rebalancing your portfolio. If one stock gets too overweight, obviously holds more risk and more weight in your portfolio. All these big investors are always rebalancing their portfolios, selling some overweight stocks, buying the underweight stocks. So again, it's just simple basics. Have to rebalance your portfolio every now and then. I obviously have to be smart about it because it can cause tax implications. So that's why I decided to sell AMD instead of NVIDIA. But other than that, I increased the weightings in Google. I think Google's a great company. They continue to perform everything they're doing with Gemini, YouTube, obviously, cash cow over there. Apple, Apple Intelligence going crazy. I'm waiting for the iPhone 15, 16 announcement to buy that. I'm really excited for that new product. Then I also decided to add more to my Amazon position. So I think last time I made the video, I had about 5-7% in Amazon, which I should have invested more heavily into because obviously I looked at my Amazon, order history. I order there about like 5 times a week, just random products. When I could go to the store, when I could go across the street and buy the same thing, but Jeff Bezos really just comes to my doorstep and delivers it to me. So I just figured Amazon, I shop there so frequently, they're making really $200 billion a quarter or something crazy. Pretty tight margins, but once those margins get a bit better, the cash flow is going to be going absolutely insane for Amazon. So I'm really happy with the current selections here. And the only new stock I've bumped up significantly is ARM. So I figured if I'm going to sell some AMD stock, I want to increase my ARM position. If you guys are aware, back in 2020, I believe 2021, NVIDIA actually tried to acquire ARM for about $40 billion and was blocked by the FTC. So now ARM is about like a $200 billion company and NVIDIA is 3.4 trillion, whatever it is. So in my mind, if NVIDIA wanted to buy ARM and they've already 4x from their initial offer, Jensen probably knew what he was doing with that acquisition and probably a good company to own for the long term. So I've bumped up my ARM position. This alone's already up 200%, which is pretty crazy since the IPO less than a year ago. But other than that, I'm still holding everything else that I mentioned. Roblox, I'm kind of getting annoyed with this one. Not gonna lie to you, it's up 5% all time. Just a waste of $1,600. Not gonna lie to you, I could do more with $1,600 personally, but maybe one day I'll do something. But everything else exactly the same. I'm comfortable holding everything in this portfolio right here. Someone on my last video commented, Tesla's gonna die, Tesla's gonna die, you're gonna lose all your money. I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. Again, invest with money you can afford to lose. If Tesla goes to zero, I mean, $16,000 may be a substantial amount of money, but I'm confident myself being able to make $16,000. So again, individual stocks hold more risk than ETFs, of course, but again, you have to be comfortable with what you're buying. Don't be buying these random meme stocks, these penny stocks like SoFi, Palantir. Buy good companies, buy companies with solid, fundamentals and good leadership behind them. If you guys are just buying random companies you saw on, Reddit or StockTwits, your stock might go to zero. But Tesla, I'm fairly comfortable holding them, and I'm confident Elon Musk will be able to steer this stock back in the right direction in the next 5 to 10 years. So that's why I continue to buy it and I continue to hold it. But honestly, that's really it. I just like giving you guys updates since I'm not really making, weekly, stock market, educational videos. But I figured the least I can do is update you guys my long-term portfolio. I try to be pretty transparent with you guys on like where I'm investing my money. I'm not just saying, buying RAM stocks and not buying them. You guys can see all my holdings are right here, right in front of you. Haven't changed anything, reduced some positions, but other than that, everything's exactly the same. When I say I'm investing weekly and monthly, I'll show you guys I'm investing weekly and monthly. There's no cap in my wraps. But we're almost finished here, guys. But as you guys can see, same old thing. So I think in my last update video, I was doing like $500 a week or something along those lines. So I decided to change it up just a bit. So the only thing I'm doing differently now is on the first of each month, I like to deposit in like $3,000 to $5,000. And then on each Monday, I'll deposit in like another $500 on all 4 Mondays of the week. I was doing some more research on lump sum investing as opposed to just like dollar cost averaging. And obviously the more money you have in the market, the greater, the more time it has to compound. So instead of doing the whole like $500 a week or like $1,000 a week, I like to just invest all my money for the month in on the first of the month, so it has more time to compound. So obviously if the market goes up 10% in 1 month, hypothetically kind of crazy, but it's happened before in 2022, that 5,000 will be 5,500 as opposed to it being like, I don't know, 5,100 because I was slowly, putting in like $1,250 in each week and not having the whole chance to compound during that duration of the month. So that's just kind of my way of going about it. I still invest about $500 in each week just for good measures because I have some extra cash lying around my other accounts. But again, same thing. When I say I'm investing in each week, even at all-time highs, I'm still doing it. Obviously, if the market pulls back, let's say there's a correction of 10 to 15% like we saw last year around July through October, I'll invest more money in the market because I have a decent amount of cash laying around waiting to be invested in the market. But as of now, the market continues to grind higher, just continues to make new all-time highs after all-time highs. So I'm happy with where I'm sitting right now. I'm comfortable, not getting over leveraged, and the market continues to return. And ever since 2022 in the market bottom, it's returned a great deal of profit. So I can't really complain. But I mean, do what you gotta do. Follow your investment, guidelines. Do what makes you feel comfortable. Obviously, this may seem like a little to some people. This may seem like a lot to some people, but I just do what I'm comfortable with. And obviously, again, like the market pulls back, the market crashes, I'll be fine. It may sting for a few days, few months, but I'll just buy the dip and watch the ride back to the upside like we saw in 2022. Everybody was talking about 2022. The market's never going to recover. The market's going straight down. But what do you know? The market bottomed, and now, again, we're up 70% on this portfolio in less than 3 years. So I'll take it. But again, I'll leave you guys a few tips here. If you guys are trying to get started investing or haven't watched my previous videos. Again, like I do every video, the lighting's getting pretty bad now, so it's time to wrap it up, unfortunately. But again, I'll give you guys some tips. You guys want to get started investing, want to get into it. If you guys haven't seen my videos or anything like that. And number one, just stay off social media. Avoid these people trying to scare you out the market and, just making, scary doom posts and stuff like that. When I see those accounts on Twitter, I just block them. I don't want to see that on my feed. It's just nonsense. Doesn't benefit me in any way. So if you guys like seeing that kind of content that stops you from reaching your financial goals, I mean, feel free. I'm not gonna force you to mute them or anything, but I just don't like seeing that stuff. It impacts me negatively. If I don't want these negative posts on my feed because I block them, then I will stay positive and I'll keep on investing money in the market because I know based on statistics and based on numbers, the market will continue to go up over time like it has since 2022. And it's got, again, a 71.5% return on my money since I made this account, which is pretty fantastic. Not gonna lie, not the 4 either. Number 2, you just gotta stay consistent. Literally all you have to do, use a broker like M1 Finance. I think Fidelity has this feature too. Any kind of platform that you can automatically invest your money without you thinking about it is all you can do to stay consistent. So like me, you guys saw previously, every Monday I invest $500 each week into the market. It requires really zero thinking up here. It does it all automatically. And then I'm investing upwards of $2,000 plus in the market each month, bare minimum. And again, that requires zero thinking on my end and keeps me disciplined and keeps me consistent. As long as you guys are consistent with your investing, it will probably give you some pretty good benefits in the future. Again, as you start, it's definitely pretty difficult. The numbers are pretty small. It's only like $50 a day, if that, maybe even like $1 or $2. But the snowball, as you guys can see, definitely gets larger and larger the more and more money you get into your account. So like you saw, literally almost exactly a year ago, I had $100,000 in the account. Now a year later, it's at $200,000. So obviously those gains get bigger and bigger over time. But if I wasn't consistent and I didn't invest my money consistently, there'd be 0% chance I'd be able to reach this point. So just stay consistent, have a goal, and try strive towards it each and every day, each and every month, and have a goal you're striving for each and every year. My third and final piece of advice for you guys is just stop waiting to invest your money in the market. I see so many people back at my old job that would just refuse to put money in the market because they were scared. They didn't want to. They didn't know how. So they watched the market come and go from 2022 when the market was down nearly 30 or 40%. They watched that great buying opportunity just pass by them because they're always waiting to put their money in the market. Again, if you want to wait to put your money in the market and you're waiting for a pullback, you're waiting for a correction, waiting for a crash, this and that, there's probably a good chance you're going to be waiting for a while. Now, I'm not saying the market may never go down again, obviously, but if you're always waiting for a correction or always waiting for a pullback, there's no guarantee you're going to get a pullback, a correction, or a crash. So just stop waiting. Just invest your money in the market. Invest money in the market you can afford to lose. Yeah, maybe you mistime the market a little bit, but again, time in the market beats timing the market. If you guys are, week to week investors, yeah, your timing's probably pretty important. But if you're a long-term investor like myself and you have a long time horizon, then yeah, buying at all-time highs may sound scary to some people, but again, based on data and statistics, the percent return on your money being invested over longer periods of time is a high probability you'll make money. So if you don't like make money, just keep waiting. I can't help you. I tried. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at right now if I didn't start investing my money, build those good habits, build that discipline. I was able to move across the country to a different state. I've been able to buy lots of crazy things I never thought I'd be able to afford, literally just 3-4 years ago. I can fly first class to different states and different cities without me even really thinking about it because I've been able to, build myself to a pretty good financial position. But if you want to keep waiting, go for it. I can't help you. I tried, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to consistency and discipline, building good habits, staying off social media, and then over time, you look back at your portfolio, it's worth 6 figures, just like mine. But I hope I was able to give you guys some good pieces of advice, some motivation to build your account and get started investing. If not, hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe this channel's not for you, unfortunately, but I mean, like always, guys, I'll be back eventually with another video. Hopefully this account reaches 300,000, like 9 months maybe. That's my goal. We'll see if I get there. But if not, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned to the next video. And thanks for watching. Peace.